Welcome back to another session of ours. Today's session will be a potty. There's a few things we sort of want to go through. But before we start, I want to say a massive thanks to Flip for giving us the space to record. Without them, we'd probably be
in the gutter.
Yeah, they will be recording there.
So thank you, Flip, Future Leaders in Progress. If you want to check out what they do, go onto the Instagram.
Yes, sir.
At Flip Australia. And check out the website and give them a follow because, again, without them, we'll be in a gutter.
Yes, sir. Yeah, bro, what's been happening, man? It's been a long time since we've done one of these.
We've done a reaction video, but that was just a reaction video.
That was just a reaction.
It was just a reaction video. I think I went home. That was cool. That was a cool break.
Tell me more about it, mate. Tell me more about it.
What do you want to know about home?
Solly, what's it like?
Well, the weather's cold. First of all, the weather's very cold back in Aotearoa in Otautahi.
Yes.
Now back in Christchurch, I got to stop saying the Māori. Yeah, I'm not even Māori. So back in Christchurch, it's very cold. I was there for about 3-4 weeks, and then during that time, obviously we couldn't do any of our MP sessions. But yeah, no, we're back. We are
definitely.
And you, bro. So since our first video to now, what's changed, bro?
I've added another addition to my little family. Baby. Baby Enzo.
Hey, congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you, Marshall. Thank you, bro. Baby Enzo is officially with us.
Yep.
He gave birth last Tuesday. He's a week old today.
Week old today. Surely that's a cake and half a candle, right?
Oh, mate, definitely not. Other than that, man, pretty much just sitting here twiddling my fingers until you get back, bro. So, I mean, we always, like, when this guy was away, we pretty much messaged every other day just to...
So you have an idea.
Yeah.
I have an idea.
Just ideas about, what we could do and how big we could take this. And, God willing, we eventually get there, but we know it's going to take a whole lot of hard work.
Oh, yeah.
So that's pretty much why we had the long break. That is us addressing that for those who have asked me.
Yeah, for all 7 people who have asked.
Oh, yeah, man. 7.5, mate.
For being curious.
Nah, but yeah, that's why we had a little break. And it was kind of refreshing because I think in the beginning, we both wanted to just smash all this content out, but we didn't realize how taxing it would be. Not only to our time frame sort of things, but also personally, because I know, if you don't know, Maxy does all of our editing. I do 0 part on that.
Now you come with the content, you have the ideas, you do the research,
but
bring it together.
Maxy's messaging me at
Power Rangers.
He's messaging me at 11 o'clock, 1 in the morning with like little fucking videos of what he's done, and it's hectic. Because then I'm sitting there like, what's this guy want, man?
Hey, if you guys seen our last, I think it was the last Instagram post, there was your edit. So hey man, take credit, bro. Was it credits given or credits due? Something like that. Eh?
Yeah.
So that was your edit. So
that was my edit, and you can tell the big difference between these videos and then my edit. So
give yourself a pat on the back, man. Honestly, that was really good. It's just like, hey man, we're starting something new. Oh, we've started it. I feel like we are now. We've got our head wrapped around it. Is that head or hand?
Head.
Well, we're wrapped around it now.
Something's wrapped around it.
Definitely wrapped around it.
But yeah, it's been pretty cool. The whole process is, I think we both sort of, we've started, but our minds are here already. Like it's out in the fucking, we're already hosting music shows in our heads.
Yep. Now we've definitely got some cool ideas in the pipeline.
Yes,
cool,
sir.
Some cool. A few little. I don't like using the word project because when I think back to school, sorry, I'm going off topic here, but when I think back to school, I think I failed all my projects because I'm dumb. Now, if we call these projects, so then we're gonna fail.
Yeah.
But no, I think we definitely have some cool ideas, little things
we
want to work on, and we're in the process now of connecting with, I guess, a biggish organization.
Yeah.
That we spoke about, and we don't really want to throw it out yet because if it doesn't happen, it's it reminds me of a friend of mine.
Name and shame.
I was in a relationship.
Yep.
Long term. And I guess the moment it came to popping the question,
Okay.
the big question, and because this person had already gone and told a few of their close friends.
Yeah.
So much pressure. The person became build-ups and it didn't happen.
And disappointment for that person would have been like.
And then he moved to Canberra. But no, hey, look, God is good all the time and all the time. Mm-hmm. God is good. And that's why we're here today. We want to, we've been blessed.
Yes, we have.
We've been blessed with each other.
Also.
Don't do that.
Sorry.
But do it if you want to.
Yeah. Also, a massive shout out to, as I was saying before, Maxy does edit a lot of our things and he didn't want to do this. So I'm going to do it without him knowing. Can everyone please go chuck Maxy a follow on Instagram? I will tag it in this video when we post it. But yeah, he's a wizard and he deserves his flowers. He never gives it to himself. So I'm the one that's going to do it. If you need anything, any events, hit Maxy up, and if he's got the time, he'll definitely do it. I wouldn't be saying this if he was shit, and he knows that. So,
thanks, bro.
So shout out to Maxy. Yeah, man, that leads us into it's a pretty big jump, but there's a few topics we'd like to talk about today because most of our videos are funny. You know, the things that, we're just taking the piss majority of the time. Yeah. I thought that maybe it's time that we just switch it to serious mode just for a little bit.
Don't like this.
Yeah,
I don't like this.
Yeah, it's just a little bit, like just to give you a little taste of our, as they call it, uneducated opinions.
Yes, very uneducated.
Very uneducated.
Like my projects.
Yes. So if you do get offended by some of the topics we say and some of the things we say, unlucky. Like, take it up with your parents because it's our channel.
Yeah, scrunch it up into a little ball and put it with a sand. No, I'm joking.
And I've reached out to a few people and seen what struggles they went through in their day-to-day life and the past as well. And a lot of these three topics that we'll cover today is what they brought back. And one of them, so we'll start with the first one. I'm so sorry, I'm fucking burping everywhere.
No, burp away, man, burp away.
Our first topic is is living paycheck to paycheck. So this is something that affects a lot more people than we expect. It's something that, you know, my parents did when they were younger, when I was younger, sorry.
Yeah.
But it led me to think, why are we still doing it now?
Yeah. Like,
we know what it's like to do, like, grow up with it. Why haven't we adjusted to try and do better? Like, of course, there's a lot of details that go into it with, you know, expenses rising, the petrol prices rising, everything's rising, but the pay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's very unfair the way they've set the system out to be, because it's pretty much set out for us to fail.
Yeah.
But something I will give our parents is, one, they've come over from a foreign country. They've got no English.
A
little bit of English, but it's a very fresh, that one.
Yeah.
It's a completely new world. Like, coming from, you know, the islands especially, they live off the land there. And then coming and trying to make something of themselves, I give them that. That's a lot of credit. I'm not saying I grew up with nothing. I grew up with enough. And more enough. It's I didn't grow up, you know, rich, but I didn't grow up poor.
Yeah.
Put it that way. But, like, what are your thoughts on living paycheck to paycheck? That's what I want to ask you. Because I'm actually is one to come with at different friggin' angles, and it's like, why would you even think of that?
I think, I don't know, living paycheck. I didn't do my vocal warm-ups. Living paycheck to paycheck. I don't know, I guess you get used to it, eh?
Yeah.
You know, you get used to it, and it becomes the norm. Like, if you get to the end of the week and you still have money in your account
to win,
it's like, damn, let's go buy something.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's me. I got money. I'm going to fill up my car.
Yeah.
I want to go and subscribe to Netflix for 4 different TVs.
That's me.
And then it's like, cool, all right, now bring on tomorrow. I'm ready for payday.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's almost like it's now drilled into my let's say system.
Yeah.
That's not even the right word to use. That I don't know. It's like it's.
Would you?
I don't even know where I'm going with this.
Would you put it under the cloud of generational curse?
I wouldn't say it's a curse. I think even growing up, like just like you were saying, you know, didn't grow up poor, didn't grow up rich, but in our household, the day Dad walked in with Marmite.
Yeah.
So we were rich. It's like we're rich, man, because we actually got something else on top of the butter.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, the butter.
But I only say that because it's become so normal.
Yeah.
We like it's I had it perfect in my head. Now I'm fucking blank.
Well, think about it because I'm not finished. You know, growing up, we didn't grow up rich or poor.
Yeah.
But because we see our parents giving back, giving money to the church, giving money to the family, and then I hear them say pretty much every week, "Oh, we've got nothing now."
Yeah.
And even though today we laugh about it, so what about when you drive past Macca's? Mom, can I get McDonald's? Oh, eat the McDonald's way home.
Yeah.
So, okay, but we say that today.
Yeah.
The thing is, although we have money, it's almost like it's being passed down generations to save whatever you have, even if you got a lot of money.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, where am I going with this?
No, it's so.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
this topic is so.
I know.
You can't confine it to one subject. It's because a lot of things play into it. The more we talk, the deeper we dive into it. Because then once we're talking about a certain situation, you add in a tiny bit of detail, and then it goes a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
So it's one of those. That's why I wanted to talk about it, because living paycheck to paycheck it sucks.
Oh, it does.
It definitely sucks growing up because you're always wanting more, but your parents are trying so hard to give you a better life.
Yeah.
But it's so hard. But I give it to, like when I say I give it to my parents, it's because if I compare myself to my parents, they've done way more than me.
Yeah.
They've shat on my whole life
Yep.
within like the first 3 years of my life.
Yep.
So people are so quick to, to judge, oh, fuck, if only I had this growing up, and you had that growing up. But if you put me into my parents' shoes when they first came over, it's all a cardboard box, toilet, petrol station.
Yep.
So it's like that. It's like, it's so hard to talk about this topic because the more you talk about it, the more it sounds like you're shitting on your parents. But it's not. It's completely, it's definitely not.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to get at is it's become so normal for us now that it's hard for us to break that cycle because we don't know how to. Because it's been our everyday life for 18 years.
Yeah.
Or however long you're home. If you're home at 18.
So out of this, you're home at 30.
Yeah. Here's what I mean.
Welcome, here's your 31st key.
Like, don't we as islanders want more? Don't we as islanders want to break that cycle and give back to our parents, let's say? Give back to, our siblings that are still stuck in that normal. Because my family will say this, I'm one to just ask questions. Like when it comes to church, I'm always asking questions.
Why we give money?
Yeah, why we give money.
Why?
That's topic two. But yeah, it's just, I want to know why, or like a reason why. And if you have a reason to why, we haven't broken that cycle as of yet, please comment down below because it's generally something interesting because this conversation can go on for days. Like we could sit here for days and try and pinpoint where and how to break this cycle. But you'll never find it.
Nah, when the islanders are doing well, but they're humble. See, I don't even know how to word this without sounding stupid.
Yeah. Try your best, sir.
I will try my best.
Try your best.
No, I'm just processing everything you're saying. So when I listen to people talk, I just sit there and process quietly.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yep.
You're different. When people talk and I'm sitting there, it just goes.
Me sometimes. The PT's talking.
So when my teacher talks, it's fuck up.
I don't know. True that. You're right. I think living paycheck to paycheck. I don't actually think that our islanders now are living paycheck to paycheck. A lot of them are doing so good.
Yep.
But the moment you become too big for your shoes, it's, they think they're better than us.
Yes.
It's like, come on, man. It's like, you think
Always.
because you drive a nice car.
Yeah.
It's like, but my car's empty.
Yeah.
You think because you wear, it's like, hey, look, if I have money, I want to go buy it.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I'm rich, man. Come to my house. We're still eating.
That,
Actually, we got Marmite.
Yeah.
I have Marmite now, so I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
But
I think that comes down to a lot of, like, when we, as islanders, see a Pacific Island doing so well and doing things that he's always wanted to achieve, and he's achieved those things. We as islanders always look at him like, that guy's too palangi now.
Bro, how that?
He's feel palangi. And I hate that.
Yeah.
Because why do we always bring people down that are doing something so good for themselves, their family? Because they've done what all of us want to do, is break that cycle of living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
And we don't even know his story. We don't even know how he got there. But if he's worked his ass off to get there, if he's done all the right things to change the whole cycle, then credit to him. Like, yeah, I'm going to hate a little bit, but...
It's like, we got to hate.
Hating's normal. It's
but with our people, sometimes it's not a hate, it's a mock.
Yeah.
And a mock is laugh.
Yeah.
So if I don't mock you, I don't love you.
Yeah.
But I'm not hating you.
Nah,
hating. Man, if you're doing well, and I think if you're living paycheck to paycheck, yeah, sweet. Because I feel like it's been drilled down to us.
Yeah.
To not be too big for your shoes.
Exactly.
And if you do have money, be smart about it. But we're never told to invest, eh?
No, we're
never told to put money towards it. It's always, hey, save 20 a week.
Yeah.
Save 50 a week. Why can't you tell me that? Invest in
Save $20 because I'll need it next week.
That's right. You're not wrong. Thanks for the lotto.
Remember that $50 I told you to save? Yeah, your grandpa's uncle dog's 5 weeks.
Oh my
just
gosh.
passed away. I can't. That leads us. So you reckon you're sort of... You still want to touch on that subject? Because that's...
I don't really know how to fill questions if someone was to ask me about living paycheck to paycheck.
Okay. If I was a random interview and I walked up to you like, would you rather live paycheck to paycheck? And if you wouldn't, how would you change it?
Say yes. Why?
How would you change it?
I don't know. No, I actually don't know. I don't have an answer to that.
I mean, the simple answer is to work your ass off and make a lot of money.
That's it.
But
do you want to work your ass off?
Yeah.
You make a lot of money.
You spend it a lot more.
You spend more and you give more back.
Yeah, because
it's like, I'm back to empty.
Yeah. It's just little habits. Because I know my father's, he's got a heart of gold. Like, he'll give his last dollar. And I've seen him give his last dollar. And growing up, you see that sort of things. And in that moment, I'm like, why the frick would you do that?
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't so much for my like selfish reasons, but it was just like, Dad, we've got nothing. Like, especially back at home when the family from Samoa call, and they're like, oh, I need this, and my dad or my aunt will be like, oh yeah, did I laugh? So what, do you want me to sell myself to get that money you're trying to give back? It's like things like that I will never understand because I didn't come from the islands. I don't know what it's like to leave my parents at home in Samoa and say, Mum and Dad, I'm going to go back to Australia. I'm going to try and make it for you, and I'm going to send you everything that... Yeah. I'll send you what I can. I don't know what it's like, because I've never made a problem. My parents are here. Yeah. So they know the everyday struggles of here. So in order for me to fully understand that, I've got to change shoes and go to my parents and be like, okay, sweet. So what is it like to leave your mum and dad? Promise them the world. Yeah. Because they're leaving you. Like, you're leaving your parents at home. Yeah. See what I mean? It's like, it's so hard to understand for where my parents are coming from, only because I don't know what it's like. I don't know what it's like to promise my mum and dad the world, especially living in Samoa, than leaving him for another country. Yeah. So that's why I think that grey area is in trying to growing up, living paycheck to paycheck. Like, that's where I honestly feel it is when we were born here, our parents still made that promise. Growing up, they're still trying to fulfill that promise. Yeah. And us as little kids, Australian-born kids, we don't know that. Yeah. So everything we see our parents do, as in gifting money back to Samoa, it's like, bro, like, I need rugby boots, I need school books, I need pens, I need like books, because we don't want to be the outsider here. Nah. We want to fit into what we've been born into. Yeah. But and then at the same time, our parents have done such a good job of keeping both worlds alive. And, yeah, they gave me everything I needed to. They gave me all the basics.
Keyword was needed.
Yeah, that I needed.
Yeah.
They didn't give me what I wanted,
Yeah.
which has humbled me to this day.
Yeah.
But I always get what I want.
Please.
Yeah, please. They've always given us what they need, or I needed growing up. They never given us any more, because that more was going back home to try and fulfill the promise they made.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, we were talking about paint and it's gone back to,
Yeah.
1958. You know what I mean? It's so hard, but
To say goodbye to yesterday.
yeah,
Try. No, bro, I definitely get you there.
yeah,
But maybe you think about, so growing up, in my eyes, my dad was rich. He was a mechanic. He was a faithful owl. So I thought, whoa, he's got money.
Ooh.
But we never had more.
okay, yeah,
You know what I mean? I was like,
Yeah.
oh, we got money, but yeah, there were struggles.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize that we were struggling until I went to my friend's house. So
Ah,
we weren't
yeah.
struggling.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
had what
yeah.
we needed,
yeah,
right, to live life.
yeah.
But when I went to my friend's house, I was like, what is that? Because that's a PlayStation. I was like, we don't have a PlayStation.
Yeah.
What is that? He goes, oh, that's a... They had this, I remember now, they had this like glass kind of chicken roaster thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, just those small things. I used to be like, damn, you guys are rich.
Yeah.
But then I remember they'd always throw at home. They'd be like, oh, if you, mum, or, oh, shut up, you bitch.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh, whoa. Anytime you say something like that at home, you get a hiding. So I feel like, although I didn't grow up with the, I guess, materialistic, with things that
Yeah.
we wanted as kids,
Yeah.
we definitely grew up with the love and stuff. And I feel
100%.
we were definitely super rich in terms of alofa.
Yeah.
My parents...
I've got heaps of Alofa if you want some.
Right,
I've got heaps.
hey, who wants to chip in? I got enough.
I've got enough. I've got enough for the next 7 years.
But it's funny, I'm saying that looking at the picture right there from Banksy, and the love is gone. Yeah, no, I think growing up, my dad, because he was, a very good mechanic. He was a man of God.
Yeah.
He done his studies back in Tonga, and then when he got to Christchurch, he, opened up his own workshop, his mechanics and all that. And I know, and we were doing fine, just for bills. But mind you, I think everything was cheap back then.
Yeah.
And then now when I see that, I feel like we're still living the same lifestyle that we did back when we were kids.
Yeah.
But now we're sort of paying back.
Yeah. Okay.
But we're not, but I feel like we're not even matching what my parents did for us.
Oh, definitely.
Do you know what I mean? It's like,
Definitely not,
now
yeah.
we're earning X amount of dollars from paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
And that together is way more than what my dad got or my mum got
Yeah.
back in those days. But I feel that whatever I'm bringing home is still nothing compared to what he did.
Oh, definitely not.
So I didn't think that he was going paycheck to paycheck. I feel like he was going from...
Yeah.
I know what I'm saying.
Yep.
I know, but...
It's going from here, 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 here. Uh-huh. Oh.
Yeah, no, I just feel the paycheck to paycheck is something that... I know.
It is.
I feel like I've gone way off topic, eh?
I think we both have, but it's such a topic. It's a topic where regardless of how far off topic you
Yeah.
go, it's still about the same problem. The core problem there would have to be living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying if you are out there living paycheck to paycheck, it's it's a bad thing. I think some people are just born into in better situations than others. But if you are on the grind, man, I respect 110%. We're not dissing, living paycheck to paycheck.
But those who live on the grind, it's like their norm.
Yeah.
They don't even see, oh, we're rich, or they say we are rich, but it's still the same kind of like, it's that happiness in the house.
Yeah.
It's like, that song? It's like, I forgot how it goes now. It's a church song, like back in Sunday school. It's like something like, I've got God in my house, or if you got joy, joy. Oh!
Yeah.
But it's like, so basically saying if you don't have God in your house, you don't have something. But then if you're rich, poor, whatever, if you have God, you're the same. It's like,
okay.
we good. Man,
My
again,
father,
I'm going on. So
my father always used to say that. My parents, my mum and dad, was, I forget what they said. They said something along the lines of, even though we don't have enough, trust in God, He'll give us the rest.
Yeah.
And it's in Samoan, though, I have no idea how to translate that, as I'm very Balangai, as they call it. But yeah, respect to all those living to the paycheck to paycheck, because I definitely know what it's like, and it's definitely hard. We could sit here and talk for hours for this.
We could probably go off topic.
Yeah, we'll definitely go this way, then come back, and then go that way. And
come back. Like, you guys address it?
No. So again, that was our uneducated opinion. It's definitely something we'll touch base on again, because after your comments we'll read it and then we'll address it, not in a specific video about this, but we'll touch base on it again. Financial abuse, which you don't think it is.
Right, stop calling it the abuse, man.
Why? I'll let you start off with
Nah, I just don't ask me why, man. I gotta do my research.
Nah. This one is...
It's not though. It's almost like a tradition, isn't it? Like some could say, like I reckon, they say in the next 10, 20 years, someone's gonna say, "Hey, how do you say "fight, love" in English?" And those uneducated islanders, tradition.
Yeah, but tradition...
Right, that's what they're gonna say the translation is, because it's now changed from it's the burden to it's part of tradition.
Yeah,
and it's like muzzle tough. It's like, what does that mean? Oh, it means clip your hands. No, it doesn't, you dickhead.
Fight, love is in English.
You got me going right now, Ben. You got me going, man.
Translates to financial abuse.
Okay.
Nah, it's not financial abuse, but it's the expectation that we are given as youngsters, and it's. I mean, back home they don't know what it's like to live here.
No.
They don't know our everyday struggles. Again, topic 2 relates to topic 1 because of paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
Our normal was paycheck to paycheck. And Samoa, Tonga, wherever you're from, are calling Australia because Australia is where the money is. Grows on trees apparently.
Yeah. Does it not?
I mean, I wish it did. I'd still live paycheck to paycheck.
Tree to tree. Really, tree to tree.
Shit, nah. But like, it's an expectation for us. It's not asked anymore. It's asked in a way where it's, if you don't do it, then very bad things. It's not that, like, I don't know. It's so hard because one, let me get this out. I never gave money. Never, because I was so hard-headed that I was always. Shout out to my sister. My sister was, she's the one carrying our family.
Yeah.
Without my sister, my family would be like gone. Like, she looks after mum and dad by herself. Yeah. Me and my brother are fucking useless. We try when we can, but hats off to my sister. She does everything for them. So yeah, shout out to her. But it was always her, and it's so sad to see my sister. It's also sad on my part because I could have given, but it's sad to see my sister be restricted in what she can do because of these love-lovers, as we call them, aka financial abuse. It's just she's restricted into what she can do because, one, my parents have got 2 useless sons who are both hard-headed, who both believe that Samoa's struggles aren't more important than our struggles here.
100%. Yep.
So that's where I lay because I've always looked at it, unless it's my grandpa, my really close family, I might think about it.
That's what I say.
I might think about it, but it doesn't really. It's people I've never met, and 99% of the time, it's always people you barely know.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, why the hell are we giving to that guy? Who the hell is he? And then your parents will be like, oh, it's your uncle's cousin's dad. It's like, I barely even met my uncle. you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, I just feel so sorry for those who don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Who are the sole reliant of that financial burden.
See, birthday, bro, I'll send you some candles. I even light it for you, mate.
Yeah.
But something big. If it was one of my cousins in Tonga or Samoa getting married, and it's a cousin I'm very close to, yeah, I will support.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to be like, oh, yeah, sweet, I want everyone from the family to give $2,000 each.
Yeah, no.
No.
Because
no.
I'll use examples from my family, okay?
Where's the money going to? There's a question. Before we come back to examples about your family, but where's the money going to?
No idea.
If I give $2,000 to my cousin, and then my brother gives $2,000, and then my other cousins get $2,000, then I've got 50 grand.
Yeah.
40 grand goes back to the church and the faith hour. No, I'm joking.
And then you walk through, it's like, so where did the money go? Because I see
Exactly.
like holes in the walls.
I've seen these balloons here. They're actually $20, and you want $2,000?
Oh, this is a topic where we could go on and on and on
And
and
get
on.
in trouble for it.
And get in trouble because
That's so
many, because there's a lot of us. There's a lot of us now that it's so normal for us, and a lot of people. Oh, well, everyone that I know hates it too. Hates it to their fucking core.
Nah, my family, we get that. We love it.
We don't. Whoever loves this shit is stupid. Giving. Like my dad. Again, back to my old man.
Yeah, your family. It's the same.
Yeah. Example of my family. Every time there's a fat love, as they say. The brothers on my dad's side, they always get together and they do exactly what you just said. Okay, each family's going to be X amount. But I already know my family, they're not. Some members are doing really good, and some aren't doing so good.
Yeah.
And I know damn well I'm one of the ones where it's like, I need all my money to be accounted for, and I need it to be justified to where it's going.
Yeah.
Because if my kids are gonna miss out on certain things, then there has to be a fucking good reason.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna give food off my kids' table just so some random can do something else. You know what I mean? For me, that's how I'm thinking now. It's like,
think out loud.
because I don't want my kids to miss out on a certain event they don't want to go to, a certain something. Because in my head, I'm in my kids' shoes. Like, fuck, I wish I went to that when I was younger. So I'm changing that cycle in the sense of I'm going to give them that because I don't want to give there. My money going to that is justified because my kids are happy. My kids are fed.
Yeah.
I don't want to feed your family. I barely know you. Yeah. Like I don't give a fuck about what that is.
Yeah.
Again, unless it's close relatives, then I'll do it. But bro, these third, fourth, fifth, sixth cousins, nigga, bye. It's like, nah, G, like, that's just not the way I'm wired.
Yeah.
That's probably why I'm the black sheep. So, yeah, if you're gonna to end this for me is if people call me for fat love, and you're expecting me to take away from my family, let me know. It's got to be justified.
Yeah.
Justify the reason to why I'm giving this X amount, and then I'll see if it's justified for my kids and my family.
Yeah.
Because now I'm a father. The way I think is, they're first, my family shit second.
Yeah.
My family aren't wired that way. They're opposite.
Yeah.
Family first, then their own. And for me, it's like, nah, I'm not playing that game. Because that game gave me the best childhood it could, but now I'm going to give the best childhood to my kids without limitation.
That's how it should be, eh?
That's how it should be.
It's like, okay, cool, you got your mum and dad, you have your siblings.
Yeah.
But the moment you start your own family, that becomes a new family.
That becomes your priority.
No longer here.
No, that shit's here. That's your main priority.
Which means I'm still here.
I've had troubles. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I still have troubles to this day. Like me, my partner, my wife always talks to me, and she's like, she puts it in perspective for me, and that's why I explained it. Why I explained it because that's exactly how it's explained to me. And I just think that's the most logical and the smartest way to think. It's not so much, and that's what my heart thinks as well. It's not so much that I want to be selfish. It's not that I want to be a dick. It's because I want my kids to be better off.
Yeah.
I want my kids to have a life that, us young kids wish for. Yeah. And that's where I'm trying to break that paycheck to paycheck cycle. I think everyone is. No one wants to live paycheck to paycheck.
Nah.
But that's where if I'm going to do that, my mindset has to be different.
Yeah.
I always know my culture and my upbringing is about that, but I'm not about that.
Yeah.
I'm that one that's going to go out this way and try to do better for my kids and my family.
But do you throw a bit back?
Every now and then, for my immediate family, for
Yeah.
the ones I grew up with, you know,
gotcha.
for the ones I know and love so much, I'm more than happy to do that. And my partner has said that too. It's like, because, you know, when you get a family, it's not just your money, it's our money.
Yeah.
Yeah, and her money is her money.
Hard.
So it's like,
So true.
it's, yeah, so, yeah, like, I want my tradition, like my culture in itself to grow in my family. I really do. But this stuff, not so much.
Yeah.
Okay?
Gotcha.
Like,
Gotcha.
it's just these little details that I don't want to do.
So you can still learn about fight level others and stuff,
I still learn about it.
but we're not gonna do it the way.
We used to do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Now that makes sense.
Yeah.
But then it makes me wonder, how many siblings do you have?
A lot.
Okay. So you got hips.
I got two real ones, but
Okay. But you've got.
I've got
many.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
plenty.
So they'll probably ask the question like, what makes you different? So today you make more money than what they did back in the day.
Yeah.
You have X amount of kids.
Yeah.
You're paying for them. You can still pay.
Yeah.
Others, when we were growing up, our parents are doing the same thing, giving us our life, but still.
Okay. So that's your question to me.
Is
What makes me different?
Why do you think that? No, I'm joking.
No, because this is probably it's like a good version from the
No,
video.
it's true. It's what makes you think that just because you want to break that, and you go, cool, this is my family now. But I'm pretty sure mum and dad see that as well. This is my family now. But that was still giving.
Yep.
We got everything we needed,
Yes.
right? Do you feel like today we're now giving them what they want as well? As opposed to needing?
Yes. Oh, our kids?
Yeah.
Yes and no. Yes, because I know what it's like to want.
Yeah.
And I hated that feeling.
Yeah.
So I want to be able to give my kids the want they want. You know what I mean? There's a lot of fucking wants.
Yeah.
I know what it's like for my family to, you know, what makes me different. Why do I think that like that? Because I'm trying to break the cycle. I'm trying to get away from the grey area of that financial burden. Like, I don't want that burden on my kids. If there's one thing I can cut out from my upbringing, it's this.
Yeah.
Because I don't want my kids to grow up thinking, oh, fuck, we have to give money to dad's family. Because giving so much also leaves hate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Giving, let's say I give.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm thinking, fuck, I could have used that for this. I could have used that for that.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, my kids missed out because of that. So just because I'm giving, yes, it's a nice feeling of giving, but in that hole you gave, it fills with hate.
Yeah.
Fills with regret. Fills with, you know, what's another word for it? Just, yeah, pure, like, I wouldn't say pure hate, but like regret.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause it's something that a lot of people do when they give. Is when they give, they always go mumu. They always talk shit behind it. Like, fuck, man, why do you have to do that now? This week, it's always something. Every week, there's always
What do
something.
they call it? The third degree or something? Yeah. What's the second degree? Is it second, third?
What's that?
So, you know how it's like, oh, I'm doing this, and they walk away, but it's never like, hey, man, here you go, and go. It's just like, here you go. What?
Yeah, it's shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care what you say. It's you're gonna. It's a human thing to do. If you give 20, as soon as you leave, you're like, fuck, I could have used that for a meal feed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't want my kids to give and feel like it's a burden, because what fills that burden hole is fucking hate. Like, I don't want my kids to see my family like, oh, what do they want this time? If my kids give, I want them to give the purity of their heart, because they want to give. Because a lot of people give these days, they give fadi.
They do it.
They're like, yeah, fucking mother,
It's like playing when they play last card, you would say they hit the cards.
yeah,
But that's not with the money. To the face.
yeah, take it, you guy. So it's just like that. It's like, it's so hard to touch base. I guess this is my from personal experiences. This is not. I'm not trying to relate to any of you out there. This is, if you relate to my situation, then, you know, comment down what you went through, and we'll try and touch base on it. But
Yeah.
you know, it's very that word right there is very hard to touch base on. So I picked these topics because they're.
See, we can definitely talk on these other times as well, man. We can even bring other people on to tell us what you think. And even
Most definitely, yeah.
someone who could dive deeper into it, because
Or someone with
they've
that
broken it.
educated
We
opinion.
are educated. One day I will throw that hat. I didn't care if it's a snapback.
One day I'll cut that ribbon
That's
to open
right.
my own store.
I don't care if it's just my birthday card. But we gotta think, eh? What's it? It's
I don't care if it's an overdue bill.
Oh, yeah, way.
Yeah. Man, it's yeah. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on it? I think I've rambled on
you
enough.
know, just with my family growing up, I think, in a way, being half caste, half Tongan, half Samoan.
Yeah.
Samoan. Yeah. We definitely had that from both sides. Oh, the family's paying this much, or whatever's paying that much. The church required this much. Right, needs that much. My parents have never asked us for money.
Really?
Unless, yeah. And I find it weird, and I think it's because I feel like they're trying to break it. They're trying to break it. And that's why I'm coming from a different angle. Like, what do you mean? Because I never really experienced that.
Okay.
Although there's times where it's like, hey, we need the money because this is happening. Cool.
Yeah.
Here you go. But that's not playing last card.
Yeah.
It's just like,
That's, yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
So I don't mind paying the money because it's going to somewhere that needs it.
Okay.
And we've never really been told, hey, so-and-so's getting married in Tonga, can you contribute this much? My parents would just be like, oh, just get 50 each.
Oh,
So what? And they go, yeah, just pay 50, I'll pay 100 each. And we're like, but we got, it's like, they're not our, they don't say this, but they're not like, it's not your immediate family.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like,
Yeah.
look after yourself first. I've always been like, look after yourself.
Oh, that's good.
So, you know, my parents, when I left school, bro, I hated school.
Yeah.
Projects, I failed them. PTSD. Nothing. I left school to go and work. My parents were like, you want to leave? Yeah. Education's first. I know. You don't want to do it? Nah. What are you going to do instead? It wasn't, the option to stay home and do nothing wasn't an option. It was, okay, you want to do something? Go work. Make some money. When you get the money, that's your money. Live your life.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's sick.
oh, look, what about it? So, no, you can pay your bills, whatever you want to pay.
Yeah.
Pay it. But they never wanted me to struggle. And now as I'm in a position now, financially, I'm not too bad.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? And I want to give the world back to them. But they live in a different country.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, so it's, I feel like the financial abuse, it was never really abuse. And I think it depends how you do what your upbringing was like.
Yeah,
Not
okay.
saying yours was bad.
No.
But the tradition was strong.
Yeah.
You know, and because I got Tongan and Samoan coming in, it's like, we start a new one.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's like sometimes when you look at your Tongan friend who's married to an Italian, it's like, oh, deacons are fine.
Yeah.
Because they'll just be, you know what, stuff the cultures, we got to start a new one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's good.
That could have been the start of our family. Because now my brother, he's got his daughter, and that's going to be a whole new
Upbringing.
you know, and then she'll be like, oh yeah, I've got money, I gave it to my parents. It's like,
Yeah.
why? She goes, oh no, I just wanted to.
Yeah.
And it's not your force to do it.
Yeah.
So we were told if you're going to live your life to the fullest.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I
see-
feel like I didn't do it. I took advantage of being of kind parents.
Yeah. Okay.
I took advantage of them not pressuring us to for the abuse. There was none of that. If
Sorry.
only-
Burden.
Bird on.
Bird on. Bird on.
No, bird in.
Bird in.
Wait, how do you
Bird
know
in.
bird on be at the end?
Bird in. Bird in.
Yeah, like when we got there, and I think when I look back, I'm so grateful. So grateful. I had a great upbringing, but there were times where, yeah, we got to put the money in.
Yeah.
But that's normal because in my head I was like, yeah, every family does that.
Yeah.
So when I hear other people saying, oh, stuff you might not want to give to the church,
Yeah.
it's like, oh yeah, why not?
Yeah. Okay.
But that's not because my dad's a minister. Bro, I'll tell you now, man, my dad being a minister, he was broke.
Yeah.
He made more money as a mechanic.
Yeah.
You know, he was like, oh, the minister, you guys are rich. He's like, no, like, my dad made me go buy my own thing.
Yeah.
When you think the Faith Owl has everything, or Faith Owl
Physical.
has everything. So, nah. See, now it makes me, like, I don't actually know. I think maybe they kept it a secret from me, all these struggles, all the money they got, all the success, all the struggles.
Yeah.
So they didn't tell us. Like, we never saw.
Anything.
Like, if my home was a broken home with parents who hate each other, we never saw it. You know what I mean? So it's like, I hope that I can continue that.
Yeah.
So financial abuse, I feel like I know what's there.
Yeah.
I know the whole story. I've got family, I've got friends, I've got church mates, bro. They all go through the same thing.
Yeah.
There's also a whole heap who have similar upbringings as mine.
Yeah.
So we can all relate. Yeah, oh yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
But we definitely, sympathize with those
Yeah.
who think it's a burden when really, bro, if we just come from this angle, it's not a burden, bro. You're making it a burden. You're making it bigger than what it really is. The new slave for today is, bro, it's not that deep. Give $100. It's not that deep. Give them $1,000. Bro, you got paid $2.5 grand. Give them $1,000. Your kids will be fine with $800.
So
How many kids?
Are you trying to debate me now? Okay, let's break it down.
Bro, I'm gonna shush.
Nah. Okay, let's break it down.
Uneducated. Okay, let's break it down.
Let's break it down. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, for 2.5. Your average wage these days are, I'd say 1,300 to 1,500 a week.
So is that average?
Average.
No, I'm joking.
That's the average.
Yes.
1,300 to 1,500
Okay,
a week.
yeah.
If those that are renting,
But hold on, Fat Lovers don't come every week.
sometimes it feels like it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh no, but again, I was one of the ones that didn't give.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Sweet.
So shout out to my sister again, and all my sisters out there who do the hard yards because.
Oh, shout out to my sisters as well.
Oh, shout them out, man! Shout them out. Nah, you guys are all killing it.
But don't say my name.
Yeah.
You.
Let's break it down. In order for us to live, $1,300 to $1,500, your average rent / mortgage this day and age is $650 to $750 a week.
So I had to start living for free.
Nah,
Damn.
definitely not.
It's abuse now.
We'll go off the max, okay?
Yeah.
Off the max, you're left with $750 a week. That we're going off max. Okay, well, 650, okay? 15, you're left with like 850, okay? 850. From 850, you got to get groceries, you got to pay electricity bill, power bill, got to get petrol for cars, school essentials. So you're telling me $850, my math may be wrong, but $850 will get all those things in this day and age in Australia. Do you reckon that'll cover it? I reckon it'll cover your petrol, some food, and half your electricity bill, if that.
Yeah.
See, people don't have the financial freedom to give that extra little. People this day and age, they still have 3 bills they haven't paid.
Yeah.
This is off studies that I didn't research, but I'm just but I'm just saying, $850 to cover all those things are very hard.
Yeah.
This is why I take my hat off to everyone who upholds this tradition. It's not even a tradition, it's just a thing they do. But yeah, you were definitely blessed in that region where you weren't asked to do that, because a lot of people that I know that go through it in this day and age will be jealous of your situation.
Some people who saw my situation thought that I had it hard. So I'm like, wait.
How?
Exactly. It's like, I've got some friends who are like, why do you give your parents money? So it's like, ooh, okay, I want your life.
Yeah.
But then I got people like, Max, I want your life. It's like, what?
Yeah, okay.
Right. If you're not serious, I'm like, silly, I get it. I get it. So I'm not going to be like, I'm up here on my horse. Yeehaw. It's just like, so let's chill together. I'm not rich, bro.
Yeah.
All right? But I think my parents done it right. I feel like they done good to break that.
Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to do.
Nah, shut up. Wish you were the best, bro.
I want to do that.
Wish you were the best.
Because when they call me, decline.
Oh, that one. I just changed my number.
Wait. I'm just at work.
Yeah.
Yeah, on me, boys, on me.
Nah, that's very true.
Yeah. Again, I feel like we just did this.
No, we did, man. And honestly, hey,
It's so hard to add, it's fucking hard.
and I think, and that's the reason why we're not going to break this, because we just keep going around in circles.
Oh, mate.
And again, it's the circle of life.
Preach, brother. At the end of the day, for both of these topics, it just comes back to our normal.
It does.
How about trying to find the answer of how we break our normal. Some people might not even want to break our normal. Some people are comfortable living in that normal.
Yeah.
Others aren't. Like me and you.
That is true.
So it's just one of those things where if you can deal with this in your day-to-day life and you're comfortable dealing with these struggles, and then that's you. That's who you are. That's who you've identified your life as. As of us, me, I want to change that. I want to change the script.
See, I feel that when I have my family and I start doing those things, I'm probably going to take it back to that struggle way where it's like, we're not going to get all that.
Yeah.
Where it's, kids are going to celebrate when I bring home Marmite.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like right now, it's like, oh, we got Nutella.
Yeah.
We got Mama, we've got Vegemite, we have this. It's like, no. We're going to go with this. And I feel like that's the reason why, bro, today, people ask you, why don't you put seasoning in your food? I'm like,
never had it.
It's always been salt. It's always been salt.
Salt.
The salt's and that's it. And that's all we'll eat with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Why do you only put butter on your toast? Because that's what we've had.
Yeah.
Why don't you put sauce on this? I honestly, I'm such a budget eater.
Yeah.
But I eat a lot. Can you tell? I'm such a... I live budget. I keep going. I think it's because... I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I'm just like a big hole and I'm struggling to get out.
I mean, yeah.
It's,
You want a ladder?
Yeah. Yeah, but now there's a snake.
But I will say my upbringing has made me humble to not lean towards materialistic things.
Yeah. Would you change it for anything?
My childhood?
Yeah.
Hell no.
My man, me too.
Hell no. I lived a great childhood. I loved my childhood. I love my upbringing. But would I change this? No, probably not, because it's what I've known to be like. But now that I'm older, I can change these things. I wouldn't change it for myself, but I want to change it for my kids.
Absolutely.
And I think we'll leave it at that.
Our third topic is is
depression. Let's get us some stats here. Let's get us some stats, because it is pretty sad.
It is.
It is a very touchy subject, and I know a lot of people out there will probably won't agree with what we think. Some will, but it's something that it needs to be talked about, because as Pasifika Islanders, it's not normal. I don't think it's normal in men at all, like in general, to speak about their feelings and whatnot. But what we have today for you is some stats.
Well, we don't really have stats. I'm just looking at it right now. But one thing I do know is that in Australia and New Zealand, I know for a fact New Zealand, with the Māori Pacific Island men in between, I guess the ages of from teenage to adults, it's the highest rate of, unaliving. That's the word they use because
Unaliving.
I don't like that word.
I really don't. It's one of those subjects where instead of diving into it and speaking about, unaliving yourself or going through depression in itself, it's what can we do to prevent it. There's a lot of easy options that a lot of people suggest straight away. It's just opening up. It's just have a chat to someone. And for me, it's like, gee, that's not as easy as that. Like it's,
No.
I reckon it's probably the hardest thing to do.
Yeah.
Opening up about a burden that they're going through.
Yeah.
And then it becoming someone else's burden. It's like, I reckon the person feels like they're now bringing you into the, that space, that dark place they're in, and then they're like, I feel as if they feel selfish for doing so. But as Islanders, it's instilled within us from young not to talk about our feelings. Like, do you not reckon?
No.
You don't?
I think we're encouraged to speak. But if you say the wrong stuff, you get hiding. It's like, how do you feel, son?
Yeah, but you...
this and that. Oh, okay. Are you feeling like you're weak? Shh, come here.
Yeah.
Why you ask me to talk, man?
Well, then there we go. It's instilled in us because...
It's not. No.
Because it's more of the fact that there's no there's no pathway for us or no channels or no opportunities for us to speak our mind because it's so frowned upon. Or like it was frowned upon back in the day. And to this day, people are still finding a struggle to come out of that.
Yeah.
To be like, you know what? Fuck what everyone else thinks. I need to share this. Otherwise, I'm going to do, something I can't change. I think there's a lot of platforms this day and age to reach out. There's plenty, but there's so much pride that goes on. I wouldn't even call it pride. It's so hard. It's difficult because I'll get real with you right now. I've gone through depression, and I'm getting emotional now. I went through it. For me, it's a hard subject because I've gone through it. I've survived it. So it's hard. Yeah. Like speaking from my perspective, it's so... Young Ali. Young Ali. No, it's like it's hard because...
No, it is.
As I was saying, it's very hard to just sit someone down and be like, "Hey, bro, like I think I'm gonna end it all." Yeah. The only person I've told that to was my wife, and I can wholeheartedly say, without my wife, I'd be gone. Yeah. Yeah. So without her, like it was when I met her, I was going through such a shit time. And then still up to this day, like I still suffer from depression. Yeah. But it's not as bad. Like I can speak about it, but I get emotional because I know what it's like. Yeah. I know those dark days are shit. But it's so hard. I can't even explain it. It's like you want to share it. You want to get it off your shoulders, but you feel like you're gonna bring the mood down. It's like walking into a party and you're just in a shit mood and you just go and start a fight. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's probably the easiest way to explain it because you don't want to ruin everyone's mood. Like I feel selfish for ruining someone else's day because I'm sitting there gunging my heart out. Like, you know what I mean? It's like you just feel so stink.
But there's two ways there, right? I was like, you feel stink, but you're also feeling better.
Yeah.
For releasing.
100%.
Like, fuck, am I ruining the vibe right now? So, but right now, guys, I'm feeling better. Yeah. Selfishly, I needed this, but you guys don't need it.
Yeah. So it's one of those things. There's so many pathways, and yes, it's so easy to just be like, to say, let me sit down, have a chat, open up. Yeah. But it's so hard to do for someone that's actually gone through it. Yeah. It's difficult. Like even my brother, my sister, my mum and dad, they didn't know. Like no one knew. They knew I was struggling, like obviously because of what I went through. They knew I was struggling, but the only real person that knew what I was actually going through was my wife. Yeah. Yeah, bro, fuck, I didn't think I was going to cry on this.
Young Ali.
Young Ali. Yeah, fuck me. No, it's just one of those things. It's like I just feel like I'm just DJ repeat right now.
Nah, sure, bro. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, it's someone that's gone through it, and they say it's always the happiest person in the room that suffers.
Yeah, but that's what I'm always sad.
Yeah,
it's not actually me. But the truth is, when the mask comes off, I'm happy. But am I really?
Yeah, it's like
I
don't know. It's one of those topics where it's so touchy. The answers are there. But it's not as easy. It's not as black and white as everyone thinks it is. And it's something you don't want anyone else to experience. But in order to get it, you have to experience it.
Yeah, no, I definitely get that. Bro. I definitely get that.
Like it's weird. It's such a shit topic because you got so many friends. Like we both have a lot of mates and a real good support system behind us. Yeah. But it's so hard to reach out and be like, "Oos, do
do you want to have a talk? You know how weird that sounds? Like, it's like, they call your boys and you're like, gee, fuck, let's have a few. It's like, oh, nah, just, can we have a chat?
Yeah.
It's how weird that is.
Yeah.
It's
I
just,
think if someone was to call me and say, hey, bro, hey, what's up, man? I need to talk. Cool.
Yeah.
Done. But I don't know, I think because I'm already, you know how they've made, what's it, like, the spread awareness about this stuff.
yeah.
So when you get that phone call from a friend, hey, bro, I need to chat.
Yeah.
I'm ready. But, mate, 10 years ago, someone calls me, can we have a chat? No.
Okay.
No. But no, I think, and that's what I really want now is for people to give me a call.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anyone out there who will turn to me and talk to me for this stuff.
Yeah.
Because just like you, bro, I feel like I've had my battles. But I don't know. Like, growing up, I never knew the word depression. I didn't know the word anxiety.
I don't know either, yeah.
You know, so just a couple of days ago, I was talking to someone, and they were asking me about my background, my upbringing,
Yeah.
my life. And I said, what about it? And they go, so how do you DJ in front of people? How do you act in front of a camera? How do you go on stage? So, bro, I'll tell you now, man, I'm a shy guy. And they go, oh, no, it's not shy. That's called anxiety.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what? He goes, that's anxiety. So you must, you might have been diagnosed with anxiety. I go, no, don't do that, bro.
Yeah, okay,
It's
yeah.
not anxiety, man.
Yeah. There's so many names
But
for it.
in saying that, like, there were times, like, just like you. But I don't know what is depression. Like, what is depression?
Yeah.
Is it just being sad?
Yeah.
But like you said, in order to know about it, you have to have
You have to
experienced
experience
it.
it.
Now, I don't know if I've experienced it, but
Yeah.
I do know I've been sad.
Yeah.
I do know I've been the happiest guy in my circle of friends, but I'm the one laughing, smiling, making noise.
Yeah.
I also dying quietly inside.
Yeah. But that's
Um,
pretty sure that's a form of it. But
no, bro, it sucks, man.
yeah, it definitely sucks.
It definitely sucks, and when you lose someone close to you
Yeah.
to that, you got to take a step back and say, okay, damn, why did he do it?
Yeah.
How could I have helped?
Yeah.
And in those little things, yeah, I managed to help myself.
Yeah.
So now talking about it, see, it's not weak to speak.
It's definitely not.
You know, I've got you, bro. You can talk all you want, man. let the waterworks happen. But I feel like I've talked about it so many times that now I can not laugh about it, but
Yeah.
I can now. I don't know. I can talk about the stuff because I've lost some close friends, man.
Yeah.
And it's not a good feeling to wonder what did I do wrong, and it's
Yeah.
not us. It's not you. It's not me.
No.
There's a bigger picture.
Yeah.
There's something going on.
There's always a what if, what could you have done?
Yeah. So it makes me wonder. So when I was going through it, I didn't even know if it was called depression. I just thought I'm sad.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, I'm sad.
I think back in the day, there were no names for the way we feel.
Nah.
There's just like, you feeling sad? Yeah, sicky. Just
Yeah.
get a beer, you'll be right.
Exactly.
You know, you shy to go out there? Man up, bro. Stop being a potato and get out there.
I remember there was one person I spoke to about it, and I just said, "Hey, it might be depression."
Yeah.
But that was me throwing the word. I thought, "Oh, it's gonna be cool when I throw the word depression."
Yeah.
So okay, I'm gonna hold my thought. It's like people now going all cuckoo la la crazy, going, "Oh my gosh, I have ADHD." So
Yeah.
it's not cool to have it, man.
No.
So why do you want to be like, "Oh, I've got ADHD"? So anyway, going back to depression, I thought I'm gonna use the word because, yeah, guys, I'm depressed.
Yeah.
Not knowing what it was.
Yeah, okay.
But I just thought because I'm sad, I'm going to use the word depressed.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Oh, sorry.
The more someone talks to me, oh, hey man, do you need help? Nope.
Yeah.
But then the more I spoke to, I guess, different kind of professionals, and you think, damn, did I just put that on myself? I knew I wasn't feeling good, but I didn't think I was depressed.
Yeah, okay.
So I envy what you went through, and you knew it.
Yeah.
You experienced it. You spoke to people. You spoke to one person.
Yeah.
The one that you trusted, your safe place.
Yeah.
In all honesty, I don't have a safe place.
Yeah, okay. I'm your safe space source. I got you. I got you, G.
I don't want you. No, I appreciate that. So I didn't have a safe space.
But like, when you say I knew it was depression, I was in denial. You know, I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm not that guy.
What are you telling me I'm in denial?
Yeah, no, like, but me personally, like,
Yeah.
when I was going through it, for so long, I was like, no, that ain't me. Like, fuck, I'm hard. See, I'm a gangster can. I'm stay for facts, you know?
Yep.
And then as time went on, I started thinking about, you know, unaliving. and I had an attempt, if you didn't know. And luckily, I am the weight I am now.
True.
Yeah, so that happened, and then when that happened, that's when I knew, like, it was okay, Seki, you got something wrong with you. I never I never went and seek professional help. It's one of those things. That's when I say my support circle was fucking awesome, and I love them so much. But that was before I met my partner. So I didn't have that safe space.
Yeah.
I was like, what was I? I was, I don't know what age I was.
Yeah.
But, again, I didn't have that knowledge of what depression was and where I could go until I met my partner, because my partner is Italian, half Italian, half white, and she, they're a lot more educated than us when it comes to certain things like that, and like channels that we can have to go seek help. And for so long, she was, pushing that help, and I was so in denial. I was like, nah, like, I don't need that. Because there's days where I'd go, a week, hectic, all good, loving life. And then the minute something, like, I wake up and I just feel something's wrong. And then I was like, fuck. And then as the day goes on, it just gets worse and worse. I'd still be in denial. And then it wasn't until last year when I started realizing, 2 years ago or last year, when I started realizing when my days got bad, I realized, okay, Seki, I have to talk to my wife. And I'd call her and be like, babe, it's coming on again. It happened when, I'll share this moment, and I will cry, because it's a image I have instilled in my head was a lot of my depression is around my kids.
Yeah.
Was when my daughter was born, it was supposed to be the happiest moment of my life, Malia. And I felt so empty because I hadn't seen my other two kids. That's when it got bad, was having my family now, and I love them to death. And in that moment where it's supposed to be the happiest moment of my life, I felt like I failed.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been a father to my other two kids. And for that, it's that right there, in that moment, I had the thoughts of unaliving myself again. Because I'm trying to look at my daughter and I'm trying to be happy.
Yeah.
But I feel empty. Because I haven't had much to do with them. And as a father, you pride yourself on being there for your kids. And for me, I felt like a failure. So I didn't want to be here. I didn't want to feel that feeling. And every time, it went for like a good month where I'd look at my daughter and I'd be so happy. And in an instant, I just feel so much hate towards myself because I couldn't do that for my kids previous.
Yeah.
I can't be there the way I'm here for my kids now. And I voiced this to my wife. And I was like, babe, this is supposed to be the happiest time of your life. And I can't be as happy as you.
Yeah.
And it was so selfish. I felt so bad because my wife, she's so supportive. She told me, she goes, listen, what you've been through is difficult in itself. But what you're becoming is a loving father, and you're learning to love again. And it was right there made me feel good. So that's when I started opening up to my wife. Was every time I started having bad days, I was like, oh, you're sicky. I feel so much better. And then my days became, like my depressed days became a lot more shortened. Like the minute I felt it, I was like, babe, can we have a talk tonight? And it felt so it felt weird. I felt like I was being a bitch. But for me, it worked because I was able to identify it and say, Seki, I'm going to cut this shit out because what I take home when I was depressed was, I was lazy. I didn't want to do anything with the kids. I was like, fuck, I'm not being the best father I can be.
Yeah.
But when I identified it and I talked to my wife, I realized that short 2-minute or maybe 30-minute bad shit feeling went away within instant. It was just, okay, she's reminded me I'm good enough. She's reminded me I'm the father that she's always wanted me to be. And I was like, fuck, Seki. And for me, it was so refreshing because I hated feeling that way.
Yeah.
Sorry for crying, Ross.
Nah, good, bro.
Yeah. It was just like shit like that. Like, if you feel being what's that word? That fucking, there's a word that they say, like, being
vulnerable.
No, not vulnerable.
I was like, not that. It's another word.
Not vulnerable. It's I'll put it dumb ways. Being reminded that you're worth something.
Oh, reassured.
Yeah, reassured. Yeah, being reassured
Yeah.
that you're good enough. That you're still regardless of what you're going through.
Yeah.
You're good. That for me worked. I don't know about a lot of other people. I'm speaking from personal experience. Today I can talk about it. I'll cry about it. But mental health for me is big. So when I talk about it, it's because I'm coming from a place of experience.
Yeah.
It's different for everyone though. Some people can't open up because they just feel clouded by their own thoughts.
Yeah.
People are just in their own heads too much. Like I definitely was, but it took me, having that episode where I almost did it, well, I tried to do it, to realize, fuck. But if it didn't work that one time, I wouldn't have a second chance at life.
Yeah.
So my message to people that are going through it and have been through it or are about to go through it is, don't let it get to that point. Don't let it get to the point where you're about to do it and it's too late, because once you do it, there's no turning back. You can't undo. There's no delete button. It's reach out before it gets to that point. Or even if you're at that point, that's probably the best time to reach out because everything's so raw.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything's in the air. Like you're going through it, and having that 5-minute conversation with someone do wonders. My conversations back in the day started at like half an hour, 45 minutes with my wife, to now it's, babe, I'm having a bad day. And she's like, do you reckon it's this? I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
But I've got so many good things going on in my life now that it's hard for me to find like dark days. I've talked out my problems with my wife. So we've talked about why and how I feel the way I do. And she's helped me so much. She's probably, I can wholeheartedly say that. I believe that if it wasn't for my wife, I would have had either been in jail or dead.
Yeah.
From my own doing. And that's not me trying to be a tough guy or anything. That was just me not knowing right from wrong. I was so clouded by my own thoughts and I was in a dark place. But I'm not a tough guy. I wouldn't have done. I would have done it just because that would have been my output. That would have been the way to express how I feel.
Yeah.
But yeah, depression it's not fun to go through. So if you're going through it or you're feeling down, man, reach out. It's so easy to say, and I know it's hard to do. It's fucking difficult, but reaching out is the best thing you can do. Whether it's a random, whether it's one of your closest mates, I reckon a random's probably easier. What do you think? Because I don't know you. I can't judge you.
But then you'll share your story with someone else you don't know. I think to unpack to someone, okay, or to just to unload.
Yeah.
But if you're going to share some information, I don't know, I think, don't bottle it up. That's what I can say. Do not bottle it up.
Don't let it get to that
where it's
point. Yeah.
No, I respect that, bro.
Yeah, it's fuck. Sorry, Oz.
No, you're right.
But I knew I had to get it out there because a lot of people see me as that happy person.
Yeah.
And I wanted to, I want people to know that, some of the happiest people in your lives are probably facing it.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm that a happy person in a lot of people's lives. So they just see me as the clown.
Are you not?
Yeah, but I am. But I'm happy being that role. But
Yeah.
even when I was going through it, I was still trying to, be happy and stuff. And
So let's say you pull up to any like kongai or something, and before you hop out the car, you go, Servus!
yeah, it's one of those. It's
Like someone going, I just saw you hop out the car, but you took a moment to say,
yeah.
It's had to breathe.
So yeah, I was tired.
What kind of time? Why are we going to this for? Nah, I get that.
But yeah, it's such a hard topic. I hope those out there who are going through it really do reach out, because it's not nice. It's not nice to carry by yourself.
Nah. So no, this is such a big topic that this needs to be its own segment, like its own Talanoa.
Oh, dead set. And I think
We got to bring someone on.
we definitely got to bring someone on. I think
Someone on.
I have a few options, but we won't mention it.
So, yeah. But hey, we'll drop some links below, just for help out there. If you got no one, if you don't feel like you can talk to anyone, like the way they're also talking to me right now.
I didn't even want to talk to him. No.
Yeah. Now the question, why am I not talking to him? Because I'm perfectly. Nah. I have stories, but yeah, I don't like sharing.
Oh, we know that. But I will
What
get
do
it out
you,
of
you don't know? I'm going to tell you now.
Go.
Nah, there's actually nothing.
We'll get it out of him. But yeah, I think the one thing I wanted to get out of this topic was to let people know that I am human. We all are human.
Yeah.
And a lot of us face different things in our own lives. Yeah. But there's nothing we can't fix together. There's nothing we can't tackle together.